Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Ask Amity Show. My name's Edmund.
I'm Jennifer.
I'm Cindy.
And we're the attorneys at Amity Law Group here in Rosemead, California.
For today's topic, we're going to talk about how to protect your home from Medi-Cal recovery here in California. So before we get into that question, I think we need to kind of tell the viewers, if they don't know, what Medi-Cal is.
So Medi-Cal, I think we'll just kind of generalize, but Medi-Cal is just a government subsidy basically for certain low-income individuals, and there are certain requirements in order to qualify and be eligible for Medi-Cal. But once you do qualify and you're receiving benefits, and then you pass away, then Medi-Cal has the right to recover from what you've spent. So that could mean recovery from a home that you own and certain assets that you might have still owned upon your death. So certain times, clients obviously they want to avoid this recovery because that means there's less that's left for their beneficiaries or their children and the family. So when they come to us and they're concerned about that, we have certain tools that we can use to avoid these type of recovery.
So one of the biggest tools that you could use, the very useful tool, is to deed your house into your trust to make sure that your trust is holding the title of your home. And this means that Medi-Cal can't recover and reclaim the amounts that you receive from Medi-Cal after you die. So you could essentially keep your home intact and pass it on to your children.
Yeah, and this is a fairly new rule here in California. I think it was passed last year, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And this is a really smart way to make sure that you or your parents are getting the Medi-Cal benefits that they deserve from the state, at the same time protecting your children's inheritance, because if you don't plan ahead and if you don't, for example, place your home in a living trust, like Jennifer said, when you pass away, California has the right to put a lien on that property, your home, and to recover the amount of money that Medi-Cal provided you to pay for your medical expenses. And for some people, it's a lot. For example, it's not uncommon for Medi-Cal bills to be over $500,000 or even $1 million. And so if your home is worth $500,000 or $1 million, then California has the right to recover that amount of money from your home's equity, which means that your children might lose their inheritance. They might need to sell the house, move out in order to pay for the Medi-Cal bills.
All right. And a lot of times our clients think, why not then I could just give the property before I become eligible and start receiving from Medi-Cal. But there's a huge problem in that as well. If you want to be able to maintain, a lot of people want to be able to maintain control over their assets and not quite ready to pass on that property to their either minor children or adult children whom, it's just for whatever reason not quite ready to transfer that, then this is one way to keep control.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's, like Cindy said, there's a lot of clients who were concerned about the control issue. But now, since the new laws passed within California, you can put it in your living trust, and it's a revocable living trust. So at any time, you can still sell the property. You can still, do what you want with it during your lifetime. So there's really no control lost. Whereas if you gift it to your kids now, then your kids can technically kick you out of the house and sell the house without your authorization because you've already gifted over to them. So I think having this method, not only you maintain control, you avoid Medi-Cal recovery, and you're able to save and hang on to your assets and give it to whoever you wish.
Right, and another issue of transferring the home to the kids while you're alive is, what if they get into an accident and they're being sued by the victim for $1 million, $2 million? Any judgment that's against the child, that judgment can be placed on his or her property, which is your home. And so you might end up losing that home because of that judgment. And so I think the takeaway of this episode is, make sure that you have a living trust and that you place your home into a living trust to especially when you're on Medi-Cal, so that you retain full control during your lifetime, and when you're gone, your children will be able to inherit your assets, and your home wouldn't necessarily have to go to the state of California in order to reimburse the bills that you've incurred over the period of time that you were under Medi-Cal. All right, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any other questions about estate planning, please leave a comment below, and we will try to answer it on our next show.